Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, bring it in. Salute. It's funny. It's been a bit of a frustrating day. I was in the middle of filming tomorrow's video, and lawnmower. Neighbor decided to mow the grass at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is legal. Of course, they're done now. Now it's beautifully quiet. Can't hear a thing. But when I wanted to film, lawnmower. But, this may be a weird blessing in disguise. Thank you, Sable. And this may be a blessing in disguise. As it turns out that my wife and I, have friends who are staying with us. These are amazing friends. Burning Man friends are freaking awesome humans. And they're with us for a couple more weeks. And they're going to go to Portugal and go do, like, circus things in Portugal. But while they're here, my friend Levi is quite the builder. Very competent man, bit of a handyman, a bit of an electrician. He worked for Tesla for a while, doing solar things, doing like solar installs. So he's very handy. He owns his own house he owns a home in Reno. So it's like, as a fellow homeowner and like DIYer, kind of like Megan and me, he's a DIYer. What if we really, and this is kind of his idea, and he's kind of getting me excited about it. What if we took this room that I'm in basically down to the studs? Take everything off the wall, all the foam, take everything off the wall. Take this room down to the studs. We need to fix the electrical anyway. The outlets over here aren't grounded. Why they're not grounded, I don't know. Hey, Cora. I don't know, but they're not grounded. Anyway, so take everything off. Take just everything. Take it down to the studs. Insulate the crap out of it. Figure out a thing to do with the windows. I want to be able to I need to be able to reconvert this space back into a bedroom when we eventually move, right? So I don't want to permanently make this a non-bedroom. But I know, right, Megan? Where it's like, I have him. He's a really handy pair of hands. I got him here for a couple more weeks. And I was like, how long would it take us to strip this thing down, properly insulate it? Because the dream, the hope, the plan, and the dream is to be able to film continuously, one take, no break, no airplane breaks, no lawnmower breaks, no weed whacker breaks, no my neighbor's doing a musical party across the street breaks. None of those. Where I would have a truly soundproof room. Oh my god, that'd be good. I mean, this room is good right now, don't get me wrong. And when you walk into this room, it has like no block parties. When you walk into this room right now and you close the door, it does go like, I mean, it's a quiet room, okay? It's a quiet room, but like right now, there's an engine, like a motorcycle starting. Although, I don't know if you can get rid of that bass. Anyways, food for thought. I've been excited about the possibility of being able to just record without worrying about airplanes and crap. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. So maybe I gotta do some research. Maybe we're gonna do this here. Maybe I'm just gonna. Hey, Annie, great to see you. Please say hi to Andrea for me. Hope she's doing great as well. Anyway, that's what Levi and I were just talking about. It's like, what if we took this thing down to the studs and packed it full of insulation? He had an interesting idea with the ceiling too, because what do you do about the ceiling, right? And yeah, you guys hear that? Like a motorcycle. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But he's like super. He wants to do this. He likes doing projects. So I definitely need to get on this. So today is Thursday. So maybe next week. Like maybe this weekend. Maybe this weekend would be a good time to do it. Maybe just get after it this weekend. And see if we can finish it by Sunday. My parents come in Monday. Maybe I don't want to do this. My parents come in Monday. Maybe next weekend. I need to do some prep anyway. I get the materials. I need to get the lumber. I need to get the installation. I might need to order some things. I might need to buy something, like order some stuff, special order on Amazon or some other home shopping, like sound installation. So I need to watch on how soundproofing a room. Things that help, things that don't help. Maybe ask the old chat GPTs. Anyway, food for thought. Food for thought. This is in my space right now because, like I said, I was filming right before this live stream started, and I had to stop due to exterior noise, which is always frustrating. Anyway, you two people. Emma. Hey, Emma. Spencer. Great to see you. Knob. Thanks for coming in. What is that? El Chan. What's up, El Chan? Connor. Love to have you with us. Hello, Amaya. Great to have you with us. Thank you so much. Rex Factor. Gracias. Katerina. Good evening, darling. Pleasure to have you with us again. Thank you for joining. Hello, Dolores. Thank you. Happy Thursday back at you. Amaya asked, am I going to do Blackjack with my parents again? Maybe. Probably not this trip. Although you never know. They get in Monday. No, I know we won't. Because they're going to get in Monday afternoon. They're flying in from Dayton. So they're going to fly into here Monday afternoon. Pick them up at the airport. Have a nice evening. I'm sure, have cigars and fire pit. Nice, beautiful night with mom and dad, and our friends are still going to be here too, which is great. So I get to meet them, and then motorcycle, and then they leave Tuesday. Leave Tuesday morning to go to China. And then they'll be gone for 3 weeks, and then they'll come back. So, yeah, I don't have a ton of time. I need to get on this. Oh, thanks, James ATX. Appreciate it, bro. I'll be doing really, really well. Thanks for coming back and coming and saying hello. It's a pleasure to have you with us. We love Blackjack. Well, Elchan. And Moritz. Hello, Moritz. Yeah, the Blackjack stuff's funny, I feel like the energy of my Blackjack era is kind of waning. Where, like, I did a lot of Blackjack videos, obviously. I like doing Blackjack videos. I'm still going to keep making Blackjack videos, but I did, like, not one a week, but, like, I did a Blackjack, like, it was almost one a week there for a while, at least every 2 weeks. And I feel like that trend is moving on a little bit, which is fine, as all trends do. But like the last 3 times that we've played live Blackjack here, it like people didn't really want to play. It was kind of like a few people wanted to play, but then they're just like, I'm good. So anyway, play 9 people. So we did like 3 rounds. And then we're like, does anybody else want to play? Anybody else want to play? Anybody else want to play? No? We wrapped it up. So, yeah, maybe I'll do live blackjack again. Yeah, it's funny how things are kind of like go in like waves. And perhaps that wave is over. Unsure. We'll see. Lola May, heading to bed. I haven't wanted to pop in and say hi. Well, thank you, Lola, darling. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful rest and a beautiful sleep. Thank you very much for coming in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for dropping in. Flash dagger. Of course you can, Flash Dagger. Are you allowed to provide feedback? Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed the chat on acting. It's something that I've, it's definitely an area I have a limited amount of expertise. I'm definitely, hey JC, hey, Moon Nova, LAD. I definitely, I have much more experience than most people, for sure. I do live in Los Angeles. I moved to Los Angeles to be an actor, back in 2005. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate it, bro. But I am kind of like the definition of like a failed actor. You know what I mean? In many, many ways. But I have just been in this business a long time. So I do have some hopefully useful advice. But it's such thank you, the Mayan. Really appreciate it, bro. And I just, I remember, thanks for the follow, Enabled Cauliflower. Hey, no worries, Lola. You got it. I remember, oh, shoot, I just had it. Where was I going with that? Could I do an Irish video one day? Yeah, Kian. Just something Irish. Just an Irish video. Just whatever that means. Just something that's Irish themed. Or I could definitely do an Irish themed video at some point in time. Cat Librarian, wonderful to see you. Discord Kate, great to see you. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see it that way. I feel like there is potential for you to become an actor. Possibly. I mean, the thing is, Moon, that that's what I was gonna say. The reality of being an actor is that if you are, the odds of you making it, okay, and being a working actor where you're paying your bills with acting, okay, good God, it is a fraction of a percentage. The odds are so against you, and it's hilarious, because I remember, I remember when I was a young man in college. I think I've told this story before, where I remember the guy. He was a guy named Mike Daisy, and he was doing a one-person show, and he'd been back in New York, but he's an actor and he's doing a one-man show, and he came to do a lecture. I came to do a lecture at the University of Washington. And yes, I do have a degree in theater and dance from the University of Washington. And his opening statement to us kids was, so many of you want to be an actor, okay? What's going to happen to you is you're going to move to New York or LA, and the acting business is going to fuck you in. And except for he yelled it, and we're all like, whoa, dude. and he was just like, the reality is, this is a crazy business. And it is like the odds are so against you, but you have to have that like blind faith when you're in your 20s. Like, I hear what you said. I'm the exception. 99.9% chance I'm not gonna make it. Luckily for you, I'm in the 0.1% that will. Oh yeah. And of course you're not. I mean, some people do. I'm not, look, some people become working actors, okay? And yeah, and what I've done, of course, is like, yeah, I don't even know who's playing tonight, Megan. I've, through weirdness, is that, I'm kind of a working actor now. In like my own like weird way, right? Like, I am technically now a working actor, but it's such a completely new way of being one. But technically, I'm a working actor. I work, I pay my bills through performing and doing ASMR. So it's like, well, in the end, I won. But yeah, just not the way I thought I was going to win. The eye doctor, they bifocals, but one of bigger lens surfaces, either without talking distance contacts. So one glass. Dude, Discord Kate. Love to hear that. That's awesome. And exactly, Megan. It is on my terms. Pretty dope. Oh, Vikings Chargers. That'd be a good game tonight. Okay, we're on YouTube. Let's see here. I missed you guys a couple things. Mushy Boy, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, bro. See, I got that one. Good. I'd really try to get all your questions answered. I'm funny. Flash Dagger, definitely not a failed actor. 100 plus thousand people agree. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, Flash Dagger. I mean that. DeFalco, favorite characters to do: Helmut, Edna, the Joker. Helmut, Edna, and the Joker. Those three are my favorite. Rex Factor, do you think you could do more Joker vids? Oh, of course, I'm doing more Joker vids. I just don't want to only do that, but I'll do more. They're great. I love playing the Joker. Let's see, Moritz. Oh, that's a fun question. Do you have any character advice for people entering the job market right now? I'm struggling between becoming a dentist and taking over a plumbing business. Currently in med school. Dude, Moritz, bro. Well, those are both fascinating. Hey, Guido. Good to have you with us, buddy. And then LAD, I'll get to your question next. I'll tell you, Moritz, that's fascinating. So, dentistry or plumbing, both are great industries. It really comes down to which one you enjoy more, frankly. I think being a dentist is a great job. I don't know if it pays as much as it used to, but it's still pretty legit. I think being a dentist, by all imagination, like, you're definitely going to have like a big financial payout. However, owning your own plumbing business could also be incredibly lucrative, especially if you own it. And yeah, man, I don't know. That's a really tough call. I mean, that doesn't mean, you'll have to decide like which direction do you want to go. Either way, it sounds like you'll be your own boss. There's different fields. One field, you're a contractor and building stuff and working on people's homes and crawling under houses and crawling and digging up front yards and laying pipe. And the other job, you're working on people's teeth and doing braces and orthodontics. So, they're both very different. But they both sound great. Lovely career options. Good for you. And, yeah. And look, I'm moving Nova. That's just the reality. It is what it is. Like, insanely difficult business to get into. Yeah, that's all. And X Factor, thanks, man. I looked at the Joker and the suit fitting. I appreciate that. I like doing them both. I was just filming a suit fitting, and I was interrupted by distractions. Rude. Let's see. LAD, were you bitter to have failed the traditional way of being an actor? No, I wasn't bitter, because bitter is the wrong word. How to describe it? Like, I've been an actor since I was 15, 16 years old, right? And I've done things. I've been a part of a lot of things. I've been, like many, many actors will tell you, I have been very close many times to, breaking through, if you will. There's been multiple occasions where it was like, had X happened, or had Y happened, or had X or Y not happened, who knows, right? Who knows? But see, I wasn't not bitter about it. It just kind of like transitioned. I went from being like really pursuing being a traditional actor, acting classes, and like wanted to go out and audition, and things like that, to YouTube. And YouTube is so much more satisfying by an order of magnitude. Excuse me. YouTube is so much more satisfying creatively for me. like I get to do all my stupid characters, Kian. I'm not on my Discord that often. Like, Kian Plays here says, like, dude, I wish you would do like an Irish role play. Do you know how many times in the acting world people have wanted me to do a character like that? 0. 0 times. And it's fun, man. It's fun. I love doing accents and stupid characters, and even the Richard Head, that's a fun character, right? Like, yeah, man, it's cool. Indeed, Kian, we've been literally chatting. But I'm glad you're excited that I said your name. But like, I'm literally like chatting with you, bro. It's cool, man. Relax. It's all good. Although it is funny, even like when I comment with other content creators, it is funny, I get it when they say like your name. It does feel good. You're like, oh, they say my name. They know who I am. It is funny. So I know how you're feeling. It is a funny feeling though. But anyway, I get it. But yeah, Kian, it's all good, bro. Legend 12 asks, hey Jeremiah, do you plan on making more traditional job role plays like a car salesman, financial advisor? Thanks for the content. I hadn't thought of it, honestly. I hadn't thought of doing a car salesman role play. Oh, actually, this gave me an idea. Hang on. I'm filming from inside my car. I'm trying to think, like, how would I do a role play like that? Like, what would I do? Interesting. Food for thought. But I'm also inherently lazy, so I don't like doing really complex scenes. I like doing simple things. They have me wondering about their shoes. Listen, Dolores. Shoes matter. It changes how you move. The type of shoes you're wearing. Shoes make a huge difference. And Muttley. I grew up in Ohio, bro. Muttley. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, suburb called Beaver Creek. Is where I'm from. Maya the Goose is good. Are you in VC? I'm not sure what VC means in your Discord. I go to Discord sometimes. Yeah, me too, Kian. Renmuchi, Carson, that'd be funny. Thanks, man. You missed the Bro character. Yeah, he's a fun character. I haven't done Bro in a long time. Any movie or series. If I could live in any movie, what would that be? How about I will turn this car around roleplay? Joker sells you a car. You're from Fairborn? Oh, dude, yeah. Cam G. Thanks, Apollo. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, Cam G. Yeah, we were neighbors, man. What's up, Voodoo? I actually went to elementary school in Fairborn. In kindergarten through 2nd grade. Was it just called Fairborn Elementary? Maybe it was just called Fairborn Elementary. But yeah, I went there for kindergarten through 2nd grade. I attended Fairborn. I think it was called Fairborn Elementary. I believe so. Neat, man. Hope you like it. I was answering somebody else's question. What was that question? And then I want to answer this movie question. It's kind of a funny one. And maybe it wasn't here. Maybe it was something else. Yeah, anyway, trying to respond to everybody. It doesn't always happen. I don't think you're lazy. You built the channel from scratch and do DIY projects all the time. Thank you, Discord Kate. I know it's all, you know, I've said this before. Like I'm very, you know, I'm like my own meanest critic. You know, it's a defense mechanism. It's also a winning formula because it motivates me when I'm constantly just like slapping myself to not be a lazy. So yeah, but compared to who, you know, the thing is I come from a family of workaholics, and like my dad is a pretty hardcore workaholic, or at least he was back when I was a kid. And so like the work ethic standard that I base myself off of is that of a workaholic. Hence, I think that I'm just fundamentally lazy because, like, my dad just was like, he would just get after it all the time. I have a very different lifestyle than my father, and so yeah, that's just kind of where that comes from. I'm just like, you know, not doing 80-hour weeks, you know. I don't want to do 40-hour weeks. I barely want to do 20-hour weeks. But yeah. Nice, KMG. It's called Fairborn Prime. Yeah, that's probably we probably went to the same school, bro. That's wild. So I would have been there. I would have been at Fairborn from like 1985 to like 1989 or 88, something like that. I would have been there. Yeah, I would have gone there from like 1985 to 1988 was when I was at Fairborn Elementary. Crazy, man. Well, thanks, Voodoo. I appreciate it. I hope so, man. You know, it's a fine line of being very. Oh, they tore it down. Oh, Oh, well, that was an old school. Hopefully the new one's better. But yeah, being your own worst critic. I hope so, man. I hope you're right, Voodoo. Yeah, there's a balance where you have to have you have to take criticism and you have to be able to improve, and you also simultaneously have to have a weird blind confidence that you're gonna be fine and that's gonna work out. You just have to assume. You have to believe in yourself in some weird way, otherwise I get crippling fear. So you have to just believe in yourself, which is a weird thing to do. It's very difficult. Yeah, good luck with that. But you can't also be a narcissist. So you have to be confident, have a weird faith in what you're doing, that you're making the right choices, and you have to be very humble to listening to others go, try this, don't do that, do more of this. So it's a weird dance that we're always weaving, Yeah. Or you can stay in survival mode and keep chasing, completely missing that you are actually okay and doing well. Boy, Megan, that's a true one, man. That's a tough one, man. I felt, honestly though, Megan, that I've not been in survival mode. Megan may disagree with this. I haven't felt like I've been in survival mode probably for roughly the last 5 years. Up until then, I think I felt like I was in survival mode. But in the last 5 years, it's felt less like I'm in survival mode and more but it still kind of feels like that. It's very good advice though, Megan. I like what you're saying there. It's because it's just so easy to not just go, dude, what I have is amazing. This is really cool. Enjoy, appreciate, be in gratitude, right? It's the default. At least I think humans' default. My default is, I'm assuming I'm not that unique, is that we focus on what we don't have. We focus on negativity. We focus on the thing that the person said that's digging, it's kind of a mean thing they said, and we don't focus on the 100 nice things that people said, the things that we get to, that you get to be grateful for, that you get to yeah, it's tough, man. You always want the thing you don't have. It's crazy. It's a weird human thing. And my gut tells me is that no matter what, that never goes away. No matter what, there's always going to be a part of you that's this isn't what I want. I don't have enough. This is not what I needed. What would make me happy is if I had X, Y, or Z, then I would be happy. And it's well, maybe. Yeah. Exactly. We were saying the same thing, right? I just keep thinking I'm failing. But again, compared to who? Compared to what? By what measure are you failing? You know what I mean? It's such a weird thing. And totally personal, because one person could look at me or you or any of us, right, and be like, oh my God, you are just the penultimate of awesomeness, you blah blah blah, and just list all the cool things about you. And another person could just be like, oh yeah, you totally suck and blah blah blah. And it's kind of the angel and the devil on our shoulders, Which one do you listen to? Which one? Oh, Kate. Nurse Kate. You are just... You're something else is what you are, Nurse Kate. You're something else. You're just something else, and I'm giving you a big old hug. I'm giving you a big old hug. I appreciate you. You're too kind. You know that. You know you're too kind. But I'm giving you a big old hug. Come here, Kate. Come here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you, Kate. Man. My goodness, Kate, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's just too much. Just for those on YouTube that don't know what just happened, one of my fans over here on Twitch just donated 25 gift subs, which is a insanely generous gift. It's kind of ridiculous. And so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope you're doing really well. How are you doing out there, Nurse Kate? Are you in port? Are you out on the 7 seas? Definitely there. I'm curious where you're at and how you're doing. Thank you. Okay. Let me see what's happening over on YouTube. How many comments have I missed here? But I definitely feel you, Megan. Like, feeling like you're failing. I get it. I often feel like I'm failing. All the time. I feel alive. The top is overrated. The bottom is underestimated. The middle is unappreciated. Ooh, that's a good quote. I'm going to save that. Hang on, I'm going to save that real quick. Command C. That's a good quote. Ooh, who said that? I like that quote. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to save it. Command C. Let me put up a Word document so I can just put that somewhere. Come here, Word. Microsoft Word, come here. Microsoft Word, where are you? Here we go. Blank document. And Command V. Nice. Okay, I got it. I got it saved there. So I'm going to repeat this quote. This is a really good quote. The top is overrated. The bottom is underrated. And the middle is unappreciated. And that's so true. Because as soon as you get to the top of anything, it's great for a second. And it's like, yeah, I did it. I won. I did it. I did it. I won. I did it. I did it. I won. I did it. Now what? That's exactly what happens, you know. It's just like, now what? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, Megan. Oh, I do this same thing. Naughty by nature is another great one. See, I take any nice thing said to me and I turn it into a negative. Like, they don't really mean it and they actually mean this instead. Preach, girl, preach. Preach, girl, preach. Craziness. Exactly. Chasing Nirvana. Exactly. All those things, man. All those things, man. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Nurse Kate. You take care, my dear. Always a pleasure. Thank you. And, yeah, self-imposed. I agree, Voodoo. Self-imposed measures and standards are always the cruelest. I want to take a mental health I went to a talk on mental health by Brian Vander Ark of the Verve Pipe many years ago. It stuck with me. Nice, I feel alive. Brian Vander Ark of the Verve Pipe. I'm going to save that too. So I can hear this. So I assume that quote is from him. I remember that band, the Verve Pipe. Command C. And there was a band, the Verve. There's the Verve and the Verve Pipe. That's funny. Good once a year to see 3 days till I get home and 6 days till I turn 40. Sending love, Jason. Oh, well. Geez Louise, Nurse Kate. You're going to be in the club here pretty quick. You're going to be in the cool kids club. 40 and up club. Where all the... listen. I'm not going to lie. Life after 40, for me, personally, has been pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty awesome. So, hopefully yours will be the same. When you join the 40 and up club, you'll go, you know what? Being 40, it's kind of cool. Yeah, kind of cool. Alright. Let's see over here on YouTube. What have I missed? So many things, obviously. Let's see. Evan Jerry asks, are you planning to do any more classic ASMR stuff like doctor, therapist, masseuse, etc.? Yeah, I mean, it's always good to throw in the classics, right? It's always good to throw in the classics. And keep trying new things. So the answer to your question is yes, Evan. And Andrew's visiting her parents in Akron. You're good. Work has been nuts with a problem child in the classroom. Oh, sorry, Ann. So glad Andrea's doing good. Visiting her parents in Ohio. That's great to hear. Hope she's doing really, really well. Sorry. Yeah, it's amazing how one kid, though, in a classroom can really make your life hell. And, hype chain. Oh, there we go. You can have that if you want. Yay. LAD, the plumber versus dentist thing got me going, Jay. But yeah, but see, LAD, I mean, I don't think either one of those is a boring, safe career. I mean, they're just different. I don't know. Owning your own business as a plumber, I don't think that's boring at all. It's not safe. It's a lot of work, but it can be very, very rewarding. And possibly, honestly, you gotta take off voodoo. Oh, thanks, bro. I really appreciate you swinging in, saying hi. Fist bump. Oh, a little bro hug. Come here, bro. Come here, bro. Appreciate you, man. Come here, bro. Appreciate you, voodoo. Driving across country. All right, take care, Kate. Nurse Kate, thank you so much for stopping in. And we'll hopefully talk to you soon. All right, take care. And let's see. Jack Perlov, how many pets do you have, and would you get more? I have one. We have Lucy, the loose goose. She is a pit mix, and she's great. Awesome dog. Would I get more? 100%. Lucy, though, is a one dog kind of a house. She's like, I'm a one dog house. We've tried with puppies and things like that, and Lucy's just like, no, I am a one dog house. Okay, me, only child, nobody else. But once Lucy will do like all dogs do eventually, and I'll be devastated for a week or two, and probably get a puppy. You know what I mean? Like, because that's just what you do. Yeah. So, let's see. Rar says, dude, your acting is very inspiring. Thank you, Rar. It's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. And thank you, Binky. I know what you mean. Binky does not enjoy sycophants in the chat. She's like, stop it. Stop being a sycophant. Appreciate you, Binky. Always looking out. Keep me humble. Keep me humble. No egos in here. No egos around here. Now Binky around. She'll make sure my ego is in check. What's that, Jay? You think you're being good? You think you're good stuff? smack me down a little bit, humble me. But I have been feeding the cat and family outside. I mean, that's basically like having a pet legend. It's like, I mean, you're feeding a stray cat, sort of like having a pet. Similar. Like, hey, please stop spamming. I'll even pet. People still don't listen. I know, JC. What are you gonna do? Let's see here. Don't skip the sleep ASMR. Hi there. Thank you so much. I hope you're really, really well. Yeah, good luck. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for coming in, saying hi. Hello back. And let's see, Elizabeth, your Edna Mode videos have been more helpful than any therapist I've had. You are what you repeatedly do has pushed me to focus on writing. Well, Elizabeth, that's wonderful to hear. I'm so glad that I've inspired you, even a little bit, to get out your writing. That's really cool. I appreciate it. Alright, there you go, Benki. See, there it is. Just keep me humble, man. Just make sure that Jay knows. Stay humble, bro. Stay humble. Keeping it real. Keeping it real, man. Flash may ask your thoughts on for AI actors and acting. Or does it open a huge can of worms? No, Flash Dagger. And actually, I have some thoughts on this, man. Did I rob the Louvre? I don't know. Did I? Dun, dun, dun. It'd be cool if I did. No, I'm not a thief. It wouldn't be cooler if I did. I don't like thieving. But, yeah. And Juju, yes, go to Twitch. There you go. Twitch.tv ASMR Jeremiah. Khalid, any tattoos? No, Tintin, I don't have any tattoos. Felix, do another Dexter video. Eventually I will. I do actually teach chess for a living, Flash Dagger. 2 days a week still. I used to teach full time. 5 days a week. I was running 8 schools. Now I just do 2 days a week, 3 schools, and I do that to keep me, because I love teaching. I love working with kids. I love teaching. So, yeah, yeah. But 2 days a week. And, okay, but I want to get back to this interesting question about AI and acting, and my thoughts that. Okay, here's the thing about AI and acting. My opinion on this is probably changing daily. But here's where we're at right now. Okay. AI is interesting. LLMs are interesting. Perplexity, ChatGPT, Google. They're interesting. But it doesn't occur to me as it's changing the world in this way that we thought. Look, it's early. Listen to me talk, okay? I don't know if you all remember this, but there's like literally clips from like the 90s of people on like Good Morning America, like the Good Morning America team being like, what is this email thing? Like, will this internet thing really take off? What's the deal with this internet thing? Is this really going to be the future? I mean, I guess email's fine, but I like getting a letter the old-fashioned way. And this was like a real talk in like the mid-90s where, is the internet going to be, the next great thing or not? Well, of course, it turned out it was going to be a complete revolutionary game changer in how the world operates, okay? And so now we are here with AI. And AI is fascinating. We'll see what happens. The jury's definitely out But right now, they're using an ungodly amount of energy, okay? Like these AI places, in fact, what do you call them? Like server farms or whatever, okay? Take up an ungodly amount of power to run these things, okay? And for all intents and purposes right now, it's just kind of like reinvented Google. So like ChatGPT is kind of like Google, but it lies and it says false information. You're like, dude, I know that's not true. And it goes, oh, you're right, that wasn't true. And you're like, well, if it wasn't true, then why did you say it was true the last time? And so it's, I don't know. And it's taking up this massive amount of data. And then, Sam Altman announces the other day that they're going to basically open up ChatGPT and Sora to pornography. And it's like, so you're telling me that this thing that we've invested like hundreds of billions of dollars into at this point, okay, hundreds of billions of dollars, continuing to invest in, and what we have for it right now is something that can sort of like generate little video clips, which are cool. They're neat. Don't get me wrong, they're neat. And make your own customized pornography. And that's worth 1/3 of a state's electricity. I forget what state it is, but like the server farms literally take like 1/3 of the state's electricity. It's insane. It's insane. Like Maine or something, or Vermont. It's insane, my friends. So, if that's where we're at, where it's like, okay, it's for creating slop content on TikTok and like, Yeti videos. Yeah, I like the Yeti videos. They were funny. Bigfoot videos, they're funny, okay? ASMR, glass fruit cutting. Yeah, very cool, very pretty, right? Very pretty. Is that going to replace actors? Maybe. But I think you're going to have the same problem that George Lucas discovered all those years ago. It doesn't have the authentic connection that we crave as humans, of human-to-human connection, where I know it's a person talking to a person. When you're watching a movie, and it's like the big AI movie, the Marvel comic movie, the Star Wars movie, right? And you know that the actors are just in a huge studio of green screen, like these giant green screen studios, okay? And the actors are acting literally sometimes to a tennis ball. There's like, there'll be like a tennis ball, and like that tennis ball represents the character that you're speaking to, okay? And you're talking to that tennis ball, okay? And like, you're acting at that tennis ball. What do you mean? We're all gonna die if you don't do the thing right now. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I thought in Star Wars, episodes 4, 5, and 6, with the puppets and Frank Oz, especially with Yoda. With Frank Oz being the puppeteer of Yoda, there's something about that I found way more compelling than the new one with the CGI Yoda, Jar Jar Binks. Mr. Jar Jar Binks. Not a fan. If you could tell by my reaction, I'm not a fan of that. And I think with AI, we're gonna see that, where it's like, exactly, naughty by nature, it doesn't hit for you and me as human. We have, the original trilogy is far superior. We have been people for a very, very long time, our species, and we are really good humans, you and me, okay? We are insanely good at reading other people, okay? This is why we enjoy acting, and we're great at empathy and like putting ourselves in their shoes. We're really good at imagining, and we love being hypnotized. Humans love being hypnotized. What do you think it is when you are sitting there watching a great movie, okay, and like you look over at your friend and they're staring at the screen like this? Right? They're locked in. Jaws, like a little open mouth. You're literally hypnotized. You're just like locked in, okay? And so humans, we do this, and we've been doing this for thousands of years. The storyteller, the jongler, the Greek tragedy, the plays, whatever, okay? Shakespeare, blah, blah, blah. It's why when we're doing it, and I learned this as an actor a long time ago, and it was fascinating. Like, check this out. I'll demonstrate a little bit. How far back? Probably this far back, maybe even further. Okay, so make sure you can see my eyes. Okay, all right. So this is equivalent. You're looking at me. This would be like what, 15 feet away, because it's double. It's like me to the camera is like 7 feet. So it's like in the forced perspective. So this is like 15 feet away. Okay, watch my eyes. You saw that, didn't you? You saw that. What if I do this? You saw that, didn't you? I can do that on a stage with people 300 feet away in the back of the auditorium, and me going like this. They see it and they go, "Oh, well, what's going on over there? What was that?" Or if you do this to somebody, instantly you're like, "Whoa, I just got up and down. What does that mean? Was he checking me out? Was he sizing me up? Did he see something he liked? Did he see something he didn't like? What was that?" But humans are insanely in tune to this, okay? To reading other humans, to being entertained by other humans, like I said, to put ourselves in the shoes of other humans. We love being scared, terrified, sad. You know, we see a sad movie that breaks our heart, but you feel for the character. You know, you feel what they're going through. You feel what that person's experiencing, right? AI doesn't do that. Not yet. I don't know if it ever will. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. There's something that humans... Maybe I'll get to the point where you can't tell. But even then, okay, once we get out of the uncanny valley. So the uncanny valley is that world, I forget who coined the phrase. In the uncanny valley, it's like where things are almost, it's like it's almost real, but it's, you know it's fake, but it's like almost human-like, but you definitely know it's not human, but it's like almost human-like. It's called the uncanny valley, okay? And it kind of freaks us out. It's kind of like makes us uncomfortable. So let's say we get through that. We get past the uncanny valley. So when you're watching something, you can't tell that that's not a human. Like you won't be able to tell that that's not a human, okay? I still think that people will crave humans. So, especially what they'll crave. Now, what they won't crave, okay? So, actors out there, what you need to be doing, in my humble opinion, is more or less kind of what I'm doing, which is you need to be creating your own content. You need to be a content creator. If you can. It's the way. Okay, full stop. Being a content creator is the way. And as long as you're doing that, I don't know. I think you have a lot of job security, even as an actor. Because AI, it's proven to be fascinating. And at first, dude, when Sora 1 came out, this summer back in June, was it just that recently? Or was it last year? I can't remember. Time is a wheel, and I don't understand. So when Sora 1 came out, maybe it was I honestly can't remember. I was like, oh no, dude, it's happening. AI is coming. It's gonna change everything. I need to be becoming an AI prompter, and that's the future. It's gonna be just prompting the AI, and it'll create the thing. And oh no, this is the end. A year later, unsure. Especially now. It's been a year or whatever. Sora 2. It's cool. Grok AI image editing. It's kind of cool. But both Grok and Sora, ChatGPT, are basically now just going more into pornography. There's that anime character that you can talk to on Grok, and she's a sassy anime, but she's dressed all slutty and stuff. And it's just so is this what we were promised? A sassy, slutty anime character who you can ask now to take her clothes off. Ooh, is this what we were promised with AI? I'm sorry, but you can keep it. You know what I'm saying? And while simultaneously needing the energy of 1/3 of a state to power the stupid server farm. And the best you can, what we're really using it for right now is Sora, AI slop videos, and your own personal slutty assistant. This is the future? You can have it. That's not, I don't know. It's, now I may be being a bit of a Luddite here, okay? And not realizing the true potential of what AI is going to do. I'm open to that I could just be completely missing the picture here. But right now, if I had to put a pin, I would say, look, man, if you're an actor, what people want is connection. You know, the reason you all are here watching me, what am I doing? I'm just talking to you, right? I'm trying to be authentic. I'm not trying to look cool. I'm just trying to be with you and talking to you and connecting with you. Hopefully you smile. Hope maybe you go, that's interesting. But we're just connecting. Human connection, okay, is the number one thing. And I'm very well aware that for me, my definition of success is the more people that I can touch, move, and inspire, the more people that I connect with, that's success. It's just connection. Because that's what people need. We need connection. And AI doesn't offer connection. At least not yet. Maybe it will. And you're like, wait a minute, Jeremiah, what about the people that are in love with their AIs, bro? And they're dating their AIs. Yes, there are going to be some people that have mental issues who are going to fall victim to that kind of thing. And that's sad to me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just sad. But for the vast majority of people, it's not going to work. We need and want humans. And when we are watching two things happening, we want there to be stakes. Not me again, exactly. We want there to be stakes. I want to care. Is this person in danger? What's going to happen to them? Are they going to succeed? Are they going to fail? But if it's not a real human, you kind of don't care, right? And it's like I noticed this with the Marvel movies during COVID, in the beginning especially, and like summer of 2020, when we're all just like, oh, COVID, right? Freaking out. Megan and I were like, well, let's watch all, what's up, Finn? Let's watch all the Marvel movies. And we had Disney Plus. It's like, okay, let's just watch all the Marvel movies. And we started watching them. And other than Iron Man 1 and 2, like, the reason it's failing is because there's no stakes for the characters. They're all frickin' immortal. So nobody cares. They can't really be hurt. Like, is this, and so you just don't really ultimately care in the end. Like, it's pretty, you go to see the explosions, you go and you watch the CGI, and you go watch, the Hulk smash through New York City, and you watch Spider-Man, like, crush through things, and, like, it's fun to watch, sort of. But ultimately, that's not a real person. That's not something that you really care about. Humans, we just don't care unless it comes from another human. We are just insanely human-centric. No matter what, we're all very human-centric. We care about people. We care about what other people are doing. Case in point, I wish Sully. Not really, but yeah. But case in point, raise your hand if you would describe yourself as a voyeur. Raise your hand. And if your hand is not in the air right now, you're a damn liar. And I know you're a liar. Everybody's a voyeur. If you're walking through the woods or on an empty beach, okay? If you're on an empty beach and up in the distance, you see a sexy couple, okay? And they didn't see you. And there's no, and they don't have any idea you're there, okay? You're gonna tell me that you wouldn't sneak up, or if you had binoculars, you're gonna tell me that you wouldn't zone right in and just watch them. You would. It's okay. Why do you think people watch movies? Okay? Humans love other humans. We love watching them. We love listening to them. We love their stories. We like it when great things happen, when bad things happen. We like it. We are interested in people. Okay? And anybody who says otherwise is selling something. Beware anybody who claims they're like, oh, you're on that beach. If you ever meet somebody and you're like, okay, bro, you're on a crowded beach, and there's this like smoking hot couple, okay, and they're like maybe messing around, maybe they're rolling in the sand a little bit, maybe they're just walking around, who knows what they're doing, okay? If you tell me that you would go, oh, I will give them their privacy, and oh, look at that couple, I shall give them their privacy and go this direction. Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me. Don't you do it. Don't. Shh. Don't lie. Because, of course you would. Yeah. Okay, but what is your question here, Jacob? You remember the other day you gave me advice on how to stand out on stage. Great advice. Be impressive. Be expressive, not impressive. Everyone thinks. I'm so glad that worked, Jacob. Do less. Say less. Be still. Focus on your words. And just focus on getting the other person in your scene to feel something. That's all your job is. And the less you do, it's probably better. Alright, YouTube. I haven't checked on the YouTube comments in a minute. How are we doing over here on YouTube? Let's see. And Flash Dagger asked this a while ago. Do you play chess or have a passive interest in it like Blackjack? I'm not sure if chess ASMR exists or it would work. Chess ASMR definitely exists. It's definitely a thing. It's not what I do, but, to each their own. And this is no joke. ASMR. Nice. Hi, I love your work. Thank you. What made you disciplined enough to start this channel and continue? Did you get a good response directly? No, man, I'll tell you. What got me going and to push through, and it's a grind. I'm not going to pretend it's not a grind, man. And I know you have Molly and Teresa and Katerina. Yeah, we're all voyeurs. Don't worry, all of us are. Anybody who says otherwise is lying or selling something, trust me. And it was a grind. I mean, if you look at my first, it's funny to look at I've been doing this for 5 years now. It's funny to look at my analytics over the last 5 years on my channel, and the first year, it's just like nothing. Like nothing happened. I mean, I mean, I was struggling. You know, in the beginning, you're just struggling to get monetized. Like, you need to have 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours. And in the beginning, 4,000 watch hours seems insane. You're like, I need to get 4,000 hours of people watching me? What? And it takes a while, man. And the key is you just gotta keep at it, and you gotta keep pushing, and you gotta constantly be A/B testing, figuring out what works, what doesn't work. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's incredibly valuable and useful to be good looking on YouTube. Most of the big channels, the people are pretty attractive. Okay, it's just reality. It's life. All right. So people want to watch people that they could imagine having sex with. It's just reality. So, and I don't. Most of the channels that I watch don't pitch themselves that way. Let me give you a great example. My wife and I, we love this couple. They're called Kara and Nate. And you probably know about them. They do travel stuff, and they'll do like the world's most luxurious plane, the world's most luxurious train. This place, this hotel is underwater, right? So they do this travel adventure couple, and they're cute. They have a great chemistry. They're a cute couple. But I am, as a content creator, like, I'm watching, like, how much skin do they show? How often does he have his shirt off? How often do you see her in her bikini? And they'll just do like little bits. It's just a little bit of that, a little bit of bikini, a little bit of a butt shot over there, a little bit of him, like with his shirt off doing a thing. And it's just part of the reality of being a content creator for the most part. If you're not, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a real grind. Okay? So if you're thinking about doing this, and are there some content creators that have become well known by not showing their face? Maybe. But you have to be willing to show your face, connect with your audience, and bring some level of sexiness to your channel in some way, shape, or form. And you got to do those things. If you ask me. That's what I think. Now, are there exceptions to this? Of course there are. But, it's like there's this famous, right? There's this one person, it's like all it is a stupid anime. Like, you see, like, look at the ASMR section right now on Twitch, right? How many are just like an anime character, right? You don't know who's behind that. Are those channels doing okay? I guess. But people watching them. They may even have more people watching them than I do right now. But they're not going to have, like, the fan base that I have. I have an insanely awesome fan base. Like, you guys are incredible. You're the coolest, nicest, frickin'... But I think you're that way because I'm the way I am, and hopefully you probably feel like I'm kind of a friend of yours, which is kind of true in a way, right? Yeah, anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I love being loquacious, verbose, overly gabby. That's what I do. Let's see. Darkle. You know what's interesting? Patrick Starr calls his inner machinations an enigma, but everyone's inner machinations are an enigma, don't you think? No. Well, I mean, they're everybody's inner workings are an enigma to you and me, for sure. But humans in my experience, if you think somebody's behaving irrationally, check your premise. If you think that somebody is behaving irrationally, check your premise. Now, they may be behaving irrationally, according to you. My point is, humans don't do things without a motive. We're all motivated to do things. What those motives are usually very private. And even my wife doesn't really know everything. Nor I her, nor could I. So, everyone's an enigma. They are an enigma, but everybody's also acting rationally based on their own self-interest. Just remember that. Everybody is always behaving rationally according to their own self-interest. Sort of. How orca whales have a whole part of the brain that we don't imagine how many things they can pick up we can't even comprehend. Dude, DeFalcon, look, man, I am so excited that if AI can do anything, please, AI gods, for the love of God, decode whale song. I want to speak to whales so freaking bad. Dolphins, whales, elephants, dogs, maybe even chimps. But whales have a complex language, and it's generational, and it's specific to their pods. Like orcas have different dialects depending on if they're an Arctic orca or like a tropical orca, or wherever they're at in the world. They have different dialects and language. Boy, I want to know what they're saying. I'm with you, man. I want to. That would be incredible. Rar, as a high school student interested in film, I hope to God AI doesn't become industry content. Let us create, not a bot. On some level, it feels so invasive. I know, but how cool would it be, Megan? Right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Rar, I mean, look, as a high school student, again, just keep creating. Don't worry. AI is a tool. You are the scene. Where AI and Sora are going to be amazing is like B-roll. Like the B-roll content, being able to fly along the Amalfi Coast. Okay? But all that shot is setting up is for the two actors to be in their close-up. Why do you think there's this thing called a close-up? And why does it work? Because it simulates a human being, like, right, what if my face was actually this close to you, right? Like, what is that? That's so intimate. It's the close-up is a fascinating bit of filmography, right? And everything else is just kind of like preamble. The close-up is what matters. The great moments is the close-up of the actor, and you see in their eyes the thing, the change, the sadness, the joy, the rage, the fear. Like, it's all about that close-up. It's fascinating. But don't worry, Rar. Keep creating, bro. People create. Again, use AI for your B-roll and have dope B-roll. And then when you're actually filming your interior shots with your actual actors, that's what's going to matter. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't think. And I could be totally wrong. But we'll see. Katerina. At which AI, which is human-like up to a degree, it is not Uncanny Valley anymore, is somehow even more creepy. Totally agree, Katerina. Totally agree. Yeah. And hi, Julianne. And Frederick Chopin. What's up? Big fan of your work. Keep it up. Leo Clark music. What's good to see you, my friend. So, Jacob asks, what would you say, Jay, about life on other planets? Would you say it's scary or something to be excited about? Well, it's a great question. Stephen Hawking. So there's the great Fermi paradox, okay, which for those that don't know, Enrico Fermi was a famous physicist. Thanks, Dipple Foxtrot. And one day he was with a friend of his, a colleague. And this was like during the 1960s. And he scribbled some calculations on the back of a napkin. And it was like, well, if there's 100 billion stars, give or take, in the Milky Way galaxy, 100 billion. I mean, it's so many that you really can't comprehend. You and me literally can't really comprehend how much that is. Okay, not really. Kinda, but not really. And if at the time they're saying there's 100 billion galaxies, each having 100 billion stars, one would think that with odds that big, that many, there must be other life. There's no way we are the only ones. Well, Stephen Hawking pointed out something very fascinating. He said, well, the fact that we appear to be alone is rather terrifying. And he did not think it was a good or is a good idea to try to make first contact. And it's kind of like Three Body Problem. If any of you have watched Three Body Problem on Netflix, highly recommend. Fascinating sci-fi series. You know, if they come, we just have no clue what they will be like, what they're coming for. And man, yeah. So, is there life on other planets? My gut says yes. The vast majority of life on other planets will be, my guess is bacteria or something similar. Because like some bacteria can literally float in space. Like you can pick up microbes that have been like flying across on asteroids or something insane. Like there's these microbes that live on Earth that can live in the vacuum of space for like tens of thousands of years or something ridiculous. So it wouldn't surprise me to find other planets with primitive life. And I bet that's not even horrifically uncommon. Kind of like the panspermia view of the universe, right? But intelligent life, it may just be extremely rare. We may be shockingly rare. Like, scary rare. Maybe. And there's another great argument that what if humans were Jacqueline Julia Laurent? Hi, and by time for ASMR massage. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. That's very sweet of you to say. I'm Jordan. I'm sorry. Do I have any advice? What's your tough? Sure. What's your tough channel? What is your tough time? I may be able to give you some advice. But the last interesting little seed I will plant on this topic is the reality is that anthropologists really don't know how you and I came to be. They really don't. It turns out there was like 30 species or something ridiculous of bipedal hominids. Okay? There's like 30 of us. Okay? It's way more than you thought. Out of them, we're the last man standing. The previous last man standing was Neanderthals, okay? And more evidence is suggesting that they were not like brutish gorillas. These people had art, they had language, they had tools, and humans, Homo sapiens, 100% banged Neanderthals. Because, and especially if you're a Northern European, if your ancestry is Northern European, you are probably 1% Neanderthal. Okay? Creepy. Maybe not that much, but like, you have. I probably do too, because I'm mostly Northern European. We all got some Neanderthal in us, because our ancestors banged. But fast forward a few thousand, 20, 30,000 years, we're the last ones here. The last ones standing. We're this weird, upright, hairless, huge-eyed, right? Big white sclera. Like, dude, it's weird, okay? Horribly inefficient bodies. Like, we're not good at hunting. We're not good at fighting. Our skin is incredibly fragile, and we can fall and break an elbow, and 10,000 years ago, you broke your ankle. You may never walk again, and you definitely may die. Like, we're fragile, okay? How did we get here? Where did we really come from as humans? And the answer is we have no clue. We just sort of popped up on the scene all of a sudden. And it's just like, how? Where's the common ancestor back there? Where did we come? What's up from Lavender Moon? You know, are we derivative of some ancient primate that eventually became the evolutionary thing that became you and me? We don't know. There's no link. All we know is that, and they just changed this. It used to be, they thought that humans like you and me were like 100 or 200,000 years old. And that was the conventional wisdom for the last like 40 years. And from what I understand, we just recently, somebody found a new like skull or a new bones, fossils, okay, that puts humans back another like 300,000 years. So now we're thinking that human beings like you and me, we may have been around for like 500,000 years. What's up, Nikki? Thank you. Fellow Angelino. What's up, LA? LA all day. How do it? This one, LA. Boom. LA all day. Humans have only been around this maybe 500,000 years, which seems like a long time, but in evolution it's nothing. It's kind of like a blip. And we're definitely not going to go the speed of light, I don't think, Leonardo. But what's weird about humans is that we just kind of showed up all of a sudden. And there's a theory that is hard to argue that were we seeded? Were we dramatically helped along? What is there intergalactic space daddy who's like flying around, and then they see a species 500,000 years ago, and they go, "Hey guys, yo, they're using tools. Check it out, guys, check it out. Look at these people. They're using tools. They're getting close. You want to give them a nudge?" And there's a very good argument to be made, sort of, that what if they just helped out, and what if intergalactic alien space daddy was like, listen, we're gonna give these guys a little boost. Let's leapfrog them ahead like 10 million years, and let's see what happens to these things. Now, did that happen? I have no idea. But it's a cool theory. I like to think about it. Thank you, Oreo Hot, from Michigan. I was just in Detroit, darling. I hope you're having a good time in Michigan. And to Ireland and the house. Thanks again, Lavender Moon. Lovely to have you with us. Just vibing. Who are you rooting for in the World Series? The Blue Jays or the Dodgers? Dodgers, bro. I'm in LA. Blue Jays. Stupid Canadians. Kidding. I love Canada. Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto's a great city. But no, obviously I'm rooting for the Dodgers. Of course I'm rooting for the Dodgers. It was so funny. It's like, honestly, I don't really care about baseball. However, my mother and father-in-law are like huge LA fans. So, you know, I mean, I'm a Rams fan for sure, but like I don't really do baseball. So I'm married into being a Dodgers fan, if that makes any sense. I'm married into it, so now I'm a Dodgers fan. I hope that makes sense. I don't watch baseball. I don't mean to butt in, but would you consider shooting a newer how-to for poker? You mean blackjack? Or like 3-card poker? Sometimes people say poker and they mean blackjack. I just did a tutorial on blackjack. I haven't really done a tutorial on poker. This is way nice, Rex. Good to have you back. This is poker's way more complicated to film than blackjack, because blackjack, the house has to do exactly what the house does, and there's no like. It's just the house is purely reactionary, whereas in poker, everything's live. Everything. Are you bluffing? Are you not bluffing? Do you have the card? Do you not have the card? So yeah, poker is a whole other animal. Yeah. But yeah, humans, evolution, man, it's neat stuff. We'll see what happens. You want to win at blackjack? Well, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Uchiha Madara. Everybody wants to win. Although, I hear, take care, Jacob. I hear that some gamblers actually like losing, which is wild. I hate losing. That's why I don't gamble, because I lose too much. And I'll tell you, and listen, I hope for many people that my recent blackjack video was sobering, because again, I never stack the deck. Okay, I shuffle those decks, I mix and match, I shuffle those decks. Okay, so when you start, aw, nice, Devin, Michigan in the house. So when I start those blackjack videos, I have no idea what's happening with the cards. And if you watched this week's blackjack video, like the house just cleaned up like won like 6 or 7 hands in a row, and then like lost 2, then like won 5 in a row. Like it was just brutal. Okay, and I've seen that happen in Las Vegas. I've seen a dealer, and again, the dealers in Vegas, they genuinely don't want the house to win, because then you don't tip the dealer if the house is winning. So they want the player to win so that they get paid. And I remember there's this guy was a dealer, an older dude, and I think I was playing, or I was watching my dad play, I forget, but maybe I was playing. Like, same thing, like 6 or 7 hands in a row, showing an up card of a 4, up card of a 5, up card of a 6, up card of a 3, and runner, 20, runner, 21, runner, 19, runner, 20. And it was just like, how? Like, it was insane. So my point is, don't gamble. Rich, I've been playing poker since I was in college. What really got us into poker was the movie Rounders. I freaking love the movie Rounders. Matt Damon, Edward Norton, the late, great, I'm blanking, I can see his face, the professor, Martin Landau, John Turturro, oof, frickin' John Malkovich doing Teddy KGB. Great, incredible performance. So, yeah, that got me into poker. So when was that? Like 98, 97. So I started playing poker in college with my friends. So I guess I was like 20-ish. So I guess I've been playing poker for like 25 years. But I don't play a lot of poker, though. Like, I've been technically playing that for that long, but like, I haven't played an actual sit-down game of poker in like years. So, we used to do it. We used to host poker nights quite a bit, me and my buddies. We would have like the 4 or 5 of us. We'd have a poker night, and then, buying $5 buy-in, $10 buy-in, like, like whatever. I haven't had a poker night in a long time. I wonder if we should do one. It'd be fun. I'd do a poker night. I like playing poker. It's a fun game. Yeah, no worries, Damo. And Ocean's 11. Oh yeah, that's a great movie. Ocean's 12 and 13 sucked, but Ocean's 11 was fun. 12 and 13 were joyless cash grabs. You know your actors. Thanks. Yeah, I try, Rich. It is one of my... I'm not as good as some of my friends. I had a buddy, Gino. He could just, like, rattle off, like... He knew so many actors and, like, so many shows. He was one of those guys who was like, oh, yeah, this person's in this, and this. And I was just like, geez, I have an okay knowledge of actors, but better than some, worse than others, I suppose. And, the dealer, after this, you want to be a good... Madar, I don't quite understand. I know English is not your first language, but I don't quite... After this, you want to be a good... You want to be good. I don't understand your question, darling. I got me into Blackjack and realized the simplicity of the game. Yeah, Damo. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's very simple. You just, but basic strategy is not simple, and I've definitely gotten much better at it as I've taught myself how to be a semi-competent blackjack dealer. I make less mistakes these days, dude. In the beginning, I gotta watch my mouth because I'll completely botch it. When I first started making blackjack videos, I had to edit out like one or two hands every video because I miscounted, and it was like, you know, the player had a 21 and I didn't realize it, and like I thought they busted, or I had. Anyway, in the first couple of years when I was doing Blackjack, like every single video I would mess up, like, and have to erase a hand or two. These days, every now and then I gotta erase a hand, but it's not as much, which is nice. So I'm making fewer and fewer mistakes, but I've also been doing it now for like, what, 3 years? 4 years? Been working on Blackjack videos. I'd hope I get better. So yeah. Well, Mortifist, Weed'll do that. So on YouTube, it's a funny story. So I remember seeing my dad and uncle for the first time after smoking weed, and they said they talked for 4 hours about the best Tom Cruise movie. They brought up 4 movies and repeated the same facts over and over again. Yeah, that happens when you get high. You can get a little in a loop and kind of forget what you're talking about and kind of get in a loop. Happens to the best of us. Green Beans, the Destroyer. Destroying booties, I guess. What does that even mean? Green Beans, the Destroyer. This is a dumb question. We'll find out. But are you going to do a Trump ASMR or presidential ASMR? No, and the reason is, dude, I really avoid politics on my channel because no matter what you do, you're gonna piss off half the people. No matter what, you're gonna piss off half the people. So no, I don't do it. In fact, dude, the closest I ever came was I did a therapy for political anxiety, and this was back in I forget when it was. Point is, that was as close as I ever came to touching politics, and even that felt dangerous. Like I was like dipping my toe into like very treacherous waters. Because yeah, people have real strong feelings about that, and I don't care enough. I'm just like, I just don't care enough. Thank you, Dom. I appreciate it, man. What's up, Oreo? Yeah. I mean, if I did presidential ASMR, I would do it like in the style of like Key and Peele, where I would just do something like just very, very satirical. You know, just generally mocking all presidents. Is how I would do. Like if I did presidential ASMR, I would just be like in general mocking all presidents. Because what's up, Killing Game? Great to see you, man. Have you ever tried to impersonate someone? I know that you do accents, but what about someone specific? Taboo? I don't know. Edna Mode, the Joker. I mean, I don't know. I mean, those are characters in shows, but no, there were definitely impersonations of people. But I was just thinking if I did like presidential ASMR. Oh, so I get my news from, and I highly recommend them. They're great. This duo, Crystal and Sagar, a show called Breaking Points on YouTube, and it's where I get my news. So like they're a very forthright and as accurate as one can be news show. Each has their own biases. Crystal's very much progressive lefty. Sagar is more of a center-right. Not like really, but he's not like a Christian conservative, but he's definitely more like center-right. Anyway, great show. Sagar is a huge subdragster. Sagar is a real political history wonk. Like, he loves political history. Like, he loves reading books on presidents, and Sagar has an insanely deep knowledge of U.S. presidential history. Let's just put it that way. And Sagar pointed out something really fun the other day, because I think Crystal was kind of like raving about it. She hates Trump with the passion of 1,000 suns, and she was kind of like making some comment, and Sagar just pointed out, it's like, the thing is, every single president is a narcissist. Every single one. You cannot get to that position of going through the hell it takes to be elected president in this country. This grueling process, years, and you have to subject yourself to an ungodly barrage of abuse, names. It's psychotic. Okay, the only people who can pull it off are narcissistic sociopaths. It's just the nature of the beast. And I love how Sagar pointed out, is like, even like Jimmy Carter, who everybody thinks of like as this like super nice guy. He was so like, everybody thinks of him as like this like super nice farmer guy. Sagar's like, dude, no. That guy, he was obsessed with becoming president. His wife was like, no, I do not want you to be president. I want to stay in Indiana or Illinois, wherever they were. She was like, I do not want you to be president. He was like, cool, I'm going to be president. They're all that way. Okay, I don't know if Michelle Obama wanted to be president. I bet her, I'd love to be a fly on the wall. But Barack Obama, boy, he wanted to be president. Like, listen, it's just, it is the nature of that office, that to be that dude, that's what I think. I thought so too, Megan. I was pretty sure that, like, she was like, I did not want to be the first wife. I did not want to be in the White House. But he did. So, you know, and the bottom line is, and do you think Melania Trump wants to be Melania Trump? No way. No world does she want the position that she has right now. There's no world where that is like. Anyway, I shouldn't read minds like that. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I would bet that she does not want to be there. So look, you know, if I did a presidential thing or political something, I would just do some character who was just a narcissistic sociopath. And it's fun to play narcissistic. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun to play narcissistic sociopaths because they're the opposite of me. I care way too much about what you think. Like, I really care. Like, I want all you all to be happy, and I want you all to experience love and joy and friendship and all cool things. I'm the opposite. Like, I'm like deeply empathetic. And hence it's very fun to go and be like, what if I didn't care about any of you? What if I didn't care about you at all? At all. Like, literally do not care. I don't care if you're hurt. I don't care if you die. I don't care if you're drowning. I don't care. I can't care. Boy, that is a fascinating thing to do. It's a fascinating hat to put on. It's fascinating. Yeah, because this is so not who I am. Where can I buy it for Blackjack? Well, pan coat. That could be true, and this is the front for Twitch. No one knows. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, God, maybe somebody could pull that off. I don't know though. It's really hard for sociopaths in the long run to appear not as sociopaths, because you can do the ruse for a while, but people who are real narcissistic sociopaths, they eventually show their cards in some way, like, because they don't care. They eventually do something where you're just like, what? Wait, huh? And regular people, folks like you and me, don't do those things. Because most people are really nice. Most people are kind, sweet. Everybody's insecure. Everybody's got fear. Everybody has anxiety. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to be liked, you know? But some people do not care how you do. They don't care how you feel. They really don't. It's all about them. You are purely a vessel for their own aggrandizement. That's all you are to them. Period. Full stop. What a neat thing to play around with, because it's just so not me. Dolores, do you feel recharged after playing that kind of role? No, it's not about being recharged. It's just fun. It's just fun to dance in those roles. It's not like I feel like recharged. It's interesting to put that hat on and go, what if I didn't care? Because I care so much. What if I didn't care what all of you thought about me? And just didn't care at all. That'd be neat. That'd be real neat. It's fun to play. It'd be fun to test it. I'm just sick now. I enjoy playing the Joker for that exact reason. Narcissistic sociopaths are fun people to play. Top dragster. We all dream of being presidents as kids, and how most of us would stand the joke. Exactly, top drag. Exactly, right? Thank you, Madara. Oreo Heart. What kind of car do you drive? Just curious. What would be your dream car if you have one? You know, it's funny, Oreo Heart. I used to be really into cars. Kind of been a mini gearhead. I used to have a subscription to Motor Trend, and I was like, dude, I mean, I could tell you, you know, the horsepower of this car and that car in the 90s, early 2000s. I was like, oh yeah, that's, and I could identify like almost any car on the road. You'd drive by, I would tell you the year, make, and model, and be pretty accurate. From like, I would say the year like 1995 up until the year 2010. So that period of time, I was really into cars. And during that time, I went through several cars. I had my very first car was a 1988 white Dodge Charger. Now, the Dodge Charger in 1988 is nothing like the Dodge Charger of today. Google a 1988 Dodge Charger. It's not impressive. It was a little hatchback and a little like 5-speed. So it was a manual. It was a hatchback. It was 2-door. It was kind of like sporty car, but like the bottom line is it got good gas mileage. And I remember being at the car dealership, and like I remember when they bought that car, and I thought it was so cool. I was like, oh my god, this car's like super fancy. Oh my god, wow. Anyway, that was my first car. I learned how to drive on it. I learned how to drive stick. Very soon after that, after I passed my driver's test, my mom got a minor accident. I love my mother. She's a delightful human being. Terrible driver. Not because she's not competent at driving. She's very easily distractible and loves looking at houses. So many times when we were kids, like my mom would be like driving down the street and just like looking out the window like this way, you know, like, oh, look at that house over there. And we're like, Mom, look at the road. She's like, oh, you know, like have to like correct, you know. So she was distracted by something, looking over here, looking over there, drifted off the road a little bit. The car kind of like the wheel like bumped off the road and kind of distracted, and she kind of spun. Anyway, one of the wheels kind of like collapsed, and bottom line is the car got totaled. So I ended up buying, I think we bought my grandfather's truck at the time. It was an 85 Chevy Silverado. And I was 16. So this must have been 1997. Because I turned 16 in October of 96. So probably summer of 1997. Or like spring of 1997, I got my 85 Chevy Silverado. Otto, I named him. Otto the Silverado. Otto was great. Otto was an awesome truck. I took him across country. That truck moved me to Seattle. From Otto, I went from him to a 98 Acura 2.3 CL. Black. Leather interior. 5-speed manual. I loved that car. In fact, I wanted that car so specifically. I did a search on like Car Trader, and I couldn't find one in the Washington area, in Seattle. I found the exact car I wanted. Black leather interior, 5-speed, Acura 2.3. Very important, the 2.2 sucked. The 2.3 was a big upgrade in the engine. It has a lot more horsepower, much smoother, better engine. 2.3 liter CL. And I found this vehicle in Minnesota. Turns out it was not far away from where my aunt and uncle lived. And I was like, dudes, guys, weird pitch, hear me out. This car I'm trying to find and I'm obsessed with, it's in your neighborhood. Would you be willing to go to that dealership and check it out for me and just like test drive it and let me know what you think? And to my surprise, they were like, yeah, I'll go check it out for you, dude. So they go to the dealership. They test drove it for me. They said, yeah, this car's super clean. And it was like an early graduation present. My dad was like, you know what, Jeremiah, you've been awesome. You know, we're gonna, your mom and I are basically gonna buy you this car. And I was just like, okay. So my girlfriend at the time, ironically also named Megan, we hopped in a plane and we flew to Minneapolis, spent the night at my aunt and uncle's house, and drove that car back across the country to Seattle. I loved that car. His name was Armand. Armand was a sexy son of a biche. Beautiful car. Oh, man. Acura. Good car. Loved Armand. Well, some college kids totaled him like 2 years later. It was very sad. And from him, I went to a Nissan Maxima. Great car. Also black. Also 5-speed. I had a pattern. I had black cars. My truck, my 85 Chevy Silverado, black. My Acura, black. My Nissan Maxima, black. And then my Nissan got totaled. A lady T-boned me, ran a red light and T-boned me. That car got totaled. And then I got this was my favorite car ever, my Volkswagen GTI 2003 and a half. Again, very important that it was 2003 and a half. 1.8T, 5-speed, black leather interior, black exterior, hot hatch. And that was my baby. That car's name was Wolfgang. Wolfgang was my boy. Favorite car I ever owned. Loved Wolfgang. But what I realized after having Wolfgang for like 4 years, I forget, like 4 years, was that I was driving like an old lady. I didn't like run that car. I tried to get good gas mileage. I was always trying to be like slow off the start, easy on the brakes, gentle on the car, trying to make it last longer, trying to take care of my vehicle. And now I drive a minivan, and I will tell you, minivans are the greatest vehicles on the road. Fight me, and it's not even close. The minivan is a piece of engineering that does everything that you need a vehicle to do. Full stop. Okay? The minivan is the true flex. Had the Honda Odyssey. Loved the Honda Odyssey. Amazing vehicle. Now we have a Kia Optima. It's amazing. No, not Optima. What am I saying? A Kia Carnival. So now we have a Kia Carnival. And let me tell you, obsessed. I frickin' love that thing. It's amazing. Yeah, the Kia Optima is the car. I had a Kia Optima. That's what I got after my Volkswagen. I went from a Volkswagen GTI to a Kia Optima. Great car. I love my Kia Optima. Optima to a Chevy. Oh, I tell you, it's like, that's hilarious. Little drum impersonation. Very good. That stupid guy. Whatever. Anyway, I had a Kia Optima, and then I had a Chevy Volt, and then the Chevy Volt, Honda Odyssey, Kia Carnival. But once Megan and I went minivan, we were just like, I'm never not having a minivan. Like, this is too cool. You can sleep in it. You can haul things in it. You can do whatever you need in it. It is the ultimate vehicle. So anyway, minivan for life, bro. Listen, thanks so much, team. I'm going to wrap it up here. You guys are the best. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I need to... Oh, shoot. Are we doing training today? Yep. Okay, we are doing training. That's fine. Okay. So I got to let you go. We're in dog training. And I need to film the suit fitting thing that I was going to do. So I need to see if I can... Nah, I'm not going to have time before he gets here. Oh, yeah. GTA franchise. Never really played it. I bet it's a fascinating game. It's weird values. But I can't really comment because I've never really played it. So, I don't know, I've seen video clips of it being played, and I bet it's fun to play, but let's just say its morals are questionable. But, I don't know, I bet it's a fun game. Anyway, alright, YouTube, I love you guys. Thank you so much. You take care, sweet dreams, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Later, YouTube. And Twitch homies.